Hey Brick fans, this is Dave from Brick 101, and today I'm going to show you how to build Cuphead and Mugman from the game Cuphead. Many thanks to Brickley for sponsoring this build. As I mentioned in my Ballora build, this build was based on requests on the Brickley platform, so 3 different people requested Cuphead. That was Koala, Radiator 900, and Brickman 101. So this build was based on those 3 requests, but I've also gotten a lot of other requests on the channel for Cuphead, so I know a lot of you should be excited for today's build. A few quick notes before we get into the build. First of all, I've changed the background color for the month of December. I chose this vibrant blue. I did blue before, but that was more of a sky blue, whereas this is more of a wizard blue. At least that's what I call this shade of blue. So yeah, it also happens to be like the same color as Mugman, so he's blending in a little bit here. Note 2, if you hear ambulance siren or jazz music in the background of this video, that's because my Lego studio overlooks a pretty busy street, and sometimes I can't make the street stop making noise. So apologies, or you're welcome for the interesting noises in the background. Number 3. So one thing that's interesting about the design of Cuphead and Mugman is that their color schemes vary based on how you're looking at them. So they look different in the title screen of the game versus the overworld map versus the victory screen versus the promotional art. So I'm going to try to cover all the different bases of the color schemes, but before everybody in the comments yells at me for doing the color schemes wrong, I just want to say that there's many official color schemes. And if somebody in the comments has already commented on that, please reply to their comment with a, one of those things where you put a video time code and it jumps to that part of the video. Do that to any commenters who tell me I got the color scheme wrong. Alright, with that, let's start building Cuphead. Okay, starting off with the legs and pants. Pants are incredibly easy. You just want a 2x3 brick in red and some 1x2 plates in red. That's for Cuphead. If you're doing Mugman, you'll just do those in blue. For the exposed part of the legs, if you're doing Cuphead and Mugman in their in-game variants, you'll want a light gray. Their promotional posters sometimes have their skin as a white color, so you could do white there. I'll do that for Mugman over here. Then we get to shoes. Shoes are pretty complicated in terms of color options. Mostly they wear brown shoes. For brown shoes I do 2 1x2 plates and then some 1x1 round plates. If you have them, some 1x1 round tiles are nice on the end. So most of their appearances they wear brown shoes, but in the overworld map they have yellow shoes for some reason. And then in the promotional art, Cuphead has red shoes and Mugman has blue shoes. So again, just kind of what variant of them you're trying to do, that's what color you're using. So I'm doing the in-game version of Cuphead and the promotional art version of Mugman. For the torso, start with 2x3 black plates, 2 of those. Then some 1x2 with handles, 1 on each side. A 1x2 normal plate in the center, then top that off with some 1x2 tiles and a 1x2 jumper plate. Now for the arms, take a 1x2 plate, then a plate with clip going that way, and a plate with clip going that way. Put that together. That's for one side, and make a mirror image of that for the other side. So those each clip on like so. For the hand, or glove as it were, take one of these 1x2 with the 3 individual handles. Put some 1x1 round plates on the bottom for kind of the fingers, and for the thumb, you'll want a 1x1 round with a hole in it and stick it on the end there. And then this can go on like so, and again, a mirror image on the other side. Now they wear white gloves in pretty much every instance they appear in, except on the victory screen they have yellow gloves and brown shoes. So You can also do these in yellow. This piece is pretty rare in yellow, but it does exist. But for both Cuphead and Mugman, you can build the same exact torso with white gloves for pretty much every instance of them. So now we're going to move on to the bottom of the head. Start off with a 4x4 round plate in either light gray for the in-game versions or white for the promotional version. For the smile, going to build gray, red, black 1x1 plate, connect that with a 1x2 black plate, another red 1x1, black 1x2, and then a gray 1x1. Now for Mugman, once again I'm building him in white, and I built his smile reversed on a different side of the head. So this is just that same thing, but light gray is white, and it's reversed. So that goes like that. Then filling in the rest of the head here, corner brick, 1x2, 2x4, same over here, just in a different color. The next layer of the head uses a lot of studs not on top bricks or snot bricks. So some 1x1 headlights in black and light gray, or black and white over here. Then some 1x4s with studs on the side, and a 1x2 with studs on the side. So you've got studs facing out basically all the way around. And same over here in white. For the sides of the face, we're going to do one of these over here first. Corner plate, light gray, 1x2 in white, and a 1x1 in gray. Connect those with a 2x2 eyepiece. Now the reason I did white up here and light gray here is because Cuphead's eyes do kind of go outside of just the circle shape. They are kind of flat at the top, so I thought that was a nice way of kind of extending the whites of the eye up there. And then connect all of that with a 2x2 curvy downward slope, or two 1x2s if you don't have that. So that goes there. For Mugman over here, similar but a little bit different. Just going to put together this, and I don't know why I didn't do this as just one single 2x3 plate, but hey, it is what it is. So this is going to go like so. And then that 2x2 downward slope, and that will go over the mouth there. So both of these go over their respective mouths. And then for the other side, 2x2 plate, and then two of those 2x2 downward slopes, or in this case, two 1x4 downward slopes. Again, you could also use the smaller 1x2 downward slopes to fill in that same amount of space. Each of these go on the opposite side. You should now have the 4 studs bricks exposed on each side. Okay, now for the other sides of the head, you're going to start with a 1x3 corner plate, and then cover that up with a 2x2 curvy downward slope. Then we're going to do a 1x2 in white and a 1x1 plate with clip in light gray. Connect all of that with an eyepiece, 2x2 going that way. And for Cuphead's nose, we're going to use one of these transparent red nose pieces. No, what is this called? It's kind of like a bulb with a bar, light bulb piece. So that lines up really nicely, gives him that nice little cute nose. I think that works really well. For the back, it's going to be a 2x3 plate, some of these 1x2 handle pieces, a 1x4 curvy downward slope. That all goes on like that, and then these cheese slopes fill in the rest of the curve of the cup. And you know, it's a nice little curve shape on top of very cup-like, I think. So I think that worked out well. For Mugman, slightly different. 2x2 plate in white, 2x2 downward slope. This is going to be a plate with clip going that direction, and a 1x1 plate. Then we're going to do 2x2 eyepiece connecting all of that. That will go on like so. It's going to be a little loose right here. This isn't a perfect connection because this butts into that a little bit, but you can get it pretty well connected. Now for the nose, his nose is a little bit bigger than his brother's, so using a 2x2 round plate and a 2x2 under tile, connect those, and one of these wonderful T connector pieces, and then you can connect that into this clip here and bend it 45 degrees, and that ends up being a pretty good nose. Oh wait, no, I think like this, yeah, like that. And that's a pretty good nose for Mugman there. Pretty chuffed how well that turned out. 2x3, 1x2 handles, 1x4 curvy downward slope. That goes there. That goes there. So yeah, Mugman and Cuphead, pretty similar. Again, you don't necessarily have to mirror the mouth here like I did. And again, Mugman could be all gray instead of white, but almost done. Okay, last but not least, let's give these drink container head people some straws. So 1x2 handle, either in light gray or white. That's just going to connect this to the inside of the head. Important piece here, 1x1 plate with clip on top in red or in blue, then a 1x1 round of the same color, then 2 white 1x1 rounds, then 2 1x1 rounds of the appropriate color. Then for Cuphead, it's a angle here, and so then he goes off with a headlight or Erling brick there. Then he has 2 red 1x1s, and then they both end up with 2 white 1x1s. And then you can clip these into their respective handles and put them in the heads. So these go right back by the, cup handles. And you'll want to adjust the straws so that they're bent back, and then twist this part of the straw for Cuphead. And yeah, you've got Cuphead and Mugman ready to go. Again, I built Cuphead in-game colors and Mugman in promotional colors. But if you want to make Mugman in-game colors, just switch all this white to light gray for the legs and the head, and then give him brown shoes. You can steal them from Cuphead. Overworld version of them is, in-game version, but with yellow shoes instead. Victory screen version is with yellow gloves instead of white gloves, but brown shoes. And then promotional version for Cuphead would be all white, where it's gray, and then the red shoes. Did you follow all that? And now I will use Photoshop magic to show you Cuphead and Mugman in their various forms together wonderfully. So, in-game, victory screen, overworld map, and promotional art. So there you have it. One cool thing about these different color variations is that they're not random. It's not like the developer just forgot what colors they made different things. This is an intentional reference to cartoons of the 1930s era that they based this game on, is that often the characters in those cartoons would sometimes have yellow gloves as opposed to white gloves, or would have yellow shoes as opposed to brown shoes, and would have different colors things in the posters for the movies. So they were very intentional to add all these color differences in, which is one reason I wanted to be very careful about recreating them here. So that's just a cool little detail you might not have known about Cuphead. The more you know. Anyway, that is Cuphead and Mugman. Thank you for tuning in to this video. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Brick 101, and check out all my other video game how to build videos.